everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. And today I have a stack of DVDs and a couple of Blu-rays, and all of these fall within the thriller and or the horror genre. At least I would classify them as that. You might disagree, and frankly, maybe I'm wrong. If there's one I haven't seen and I'm just thinking it's a horror or a thriller, but you guys can let me know that down below. But anyway, today there is 11 titles to get through, and I picked these up from kind of random places. My local used record shop, a couple of these, eBay for some of these, and Second and Charles, I guess, would be the others. Media Reload might be in here as well, so just kind of all over the place today. So let's not waste any time at all. Let's dive right into a horror and thriller Blu-ray and DVD haul. So let's get started with a snapper case today, and this one is just interesting because it has a cast member in here who my wife loves, and then it has a very good screenwriter as well. This is called Black Cat Run. And this one has a story by Frank Darabont, which is fascinating to me, directed by DJ Caruso. But the reason I was interested in this initially was because of that right there, which I believe is Damon from Vampire Diaries. Correct me down below. I always mix up Stefan and Damon. Is that Stefan? I don't know. My wife would kill me, but I can never remember. But I'm trying to get his real name here. Patrick Muldoon is in this. And so because of that, I thought it might be one that my wife might watch with me. This definitely would fall into the thriller category, as you can see from the front there. I think it's, convicts running away from the cops and trying to get away with things. But yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how this one is. You can see right in the back there, I picked this one up from Dearborn Music, which is my local used record shop. They have a interesting assortment of movies. I grabbed this one a little while ago. When I went in there, they had boxes of DVDs that were just brought back. And so this was one of those that looked interesting to me that I decided to grab. But anyway, excuse me, intrigued to check this one out. This is Black Cat Run, and I think this one is from 1998, and it's pretty short, only 88 minutes long. If you know anything about it, let me know down below. Next up is another one from my local record shop, and this is a classic, but I've yet to see this. I've seen the remake with Robert De Niro and Nick Nolte, I believe, but this is the original Cape Fear. And Gregory Peck is in this along with the absolute GOAT, Robert Mitchum. He is just one of the best to ever do it, and so I'm very excited to own this one now. This is going to be such an interesting one with Mitchum in it, but yeah, the remake, of course, is arguably even more well-known than the original, just given its cast and everything. So excited to finally have this original in the collection and very excited to check it out. This, of course, is another thriller. Might even fall into the horror category by some standards, but I would probably place this one as a thriller. But very excited to check this one out. This is Cape Fear. So this next one actually has a very memorable cover. I can't tell you exactly where I've seen it before, but I've seen it over the years, but the movie itself I've never actually watched. This is Method. And the reason this is interesting is because of the main actress in this, Elizabeth Hurley. She plays an actress who is taking on a role of a serial killer, and it might become a little bit too method for her, it sounds like. So very intrigued to check this one out. Great cast on this. Hopefully it's worth it alone for Elizabeth Hurley because frankly, I don't know that it's going to have that much more going for it, but we shall see. This is called Method. I was really excited to find this next one because I just learned about it recently thanks to a video from a channel that I've only recently subscribed to. It's called 80s Made, and he did a video where I believe it was this one. If not, I apologize, but I think it was this video where it was movies that he loved that never got a Blu-ray upgrade, or movies that were stuck on DVD. I don't remember exactly what it was titled, but it was a great video. I will link his channel down in the description box below. But this stars Alyssa Milano and Ice-T, and it's called Body Count. And it is a home invasion thriller, which is one of my favorite subgenres, period. Like, I love home invasion. So had to add it to my list and got very lucky that they had it for, as you can see right here, $3.50 at Second and Charles. Now, this one is full screen, but I don't believe there's any other way to own this one on physical media, so that's why I grabbed it. But looking forward to checking it out. It is just supposed to be really fun, and it has an excellent cast in it, so I'm sure this one is going to be enjoyable. So happy to find Body Count. I've actually seen this next one. I believe we rented it from Netflix when they were still doing their DVD program. Now, I'm talking probably, man, 14 years ago now, right around 2009, 2010, somewhere in there. And my wife actually cried at the end of this movie, which never happens. And so it was memorable because of that, but I enjoyed it as well. This is called The Canyon, and this is a survival film. This couple gets trapped in the desert. I don't remember exactly where they are. They're honeymooners, apparently, according to the back of the box here. And they're trying to survive, and it gets pretty crazy. Like, I think it's a really enjoyable film. Nothing that's going to blow your mind or anything like that. It doesn't really do anything unique, but still, it was unique to me because my wife cried at the end of it, which again, just never happens. And so because of that, I've always wanted to rewatch this, but never could find it. And then randomly one day, I don't know if this was I don't remember where I got it, and it doesn't matter anyway. I found it wherever I was, and so I knew it was coming home with me. Very interested to re-watch this one and see if it has the same impact at the end here. But yeah, very happy to add The Canyon to the collection. All right, let's transition over now to the horror movies that I found. And the first one here is another that has a logo on it, which you guys know I love collecting. This is from Fright Fest. We have Fragile. So this is interesting because it stars Callista Flockhart, which, like, what? I don't know. It's so random that she's in this horror movie. I don't know if she's actually a leading role in this or if it's just going to be one of those kind of appearance by Callista Flockhart, but we will see. Oh, I guess, you know, she is the main character. It's a nurse. She's a nurse, and she's hired to assist in the closing process of this hospital, but there's clearly a spirit living in the hospital. So I guess maybe she actually is the lead actress in this, which is pretty cool. But yeah, very intrigued on this one. Don't really know much about it, but it had the logo on the top, which you guys know I'm a sucker for. So happy to add Fragile to the collection. This was one from Media Reload, and it was only like $2, if I'm not mistaken. It's a double feature. This is Candy Stripers and She Creature. So I have very low expectations for both of these, but I mean, they just look fun. So I had to pick this one up. Now, I feel like Candy Stripers is relatively well known for that genre of movie, that era of movie, but it's not one that I've ever seen. It's they're all aliens, I guess. And yeah, so it should be a lot of fun. And then the She Creature stars Carla Gugino. That name doesn't sound familiar, but maybe I'll recognize her once we get in there. But yeah, this one should just be fun. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, they're both on separate discs, which is always a good thing. Oh, that's right. And this one actually had this cool movie ticket on the inside for Resident Evil Extinction. Like, how awesome is that? I love Resident Evil Extinction, so this was definitely one I had to keep. But yeah, I love this. So yeah, you could, you know, turn this in for a free movie ticket back in the day. But I love when they used to do these in DVD releases. That was so cool. So this one is going to live forever right over here. But yeah, that's awesome. So very happy to find this for $2. I couldn't pass it up. We have the double feature of Candy Stripers and She Creature. So I was watching some random YouTube video not too long ago and discovered that there were theatrical cuts available of two movies that I really love. So, of course, I traveled over to eBay to pick both of them up, and I'm talking about Rob Zombie's Halloween and Halloween 2. So I know that not everyone likes these films. Frankly, some people think they are just the worst films ever made, and I respect that. I wholeheartedly disagree. I love both of these and have loved them ever since the first time I watched them. But I own them on Blu-ray. Actually, I own them twice on Blu-ray in the standard Blu-ray releases, and then again in the Steelbook that Walmart released maybe a year or two ago now. But both of those are the unrated cuts of both films. And once I learned that they had the theatrical cuts available, I had to pick these up. So that's why I have both of these in the collection now. Now, I can't tell you exactly what the difference is in runtime on both of these. I just don't remember. One of them is pretty not that big of a difference, but the other one has a pretty lengthy difference, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, so I'm curious to check out both of these. I think I saw I think I saw Halloween 2 in theaters, but maybe not the original. I can't remember exactly. And so I'm very interested to watch through these again and see how they are compared to the ones that I've been watching over and over again over the years. But yeah, I just love these, and I'm so happy to have both of them in the theatrical cut. I will mention you can get a Blu-ray theatrical cut of these. It's actually a double feature Blu-ray disc that was only released in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. So I decided not to go that route since I already had them on Blu-ray. I just went the DVD route with them. It was cheap, and it's just fun to have them on DVD along with their Blu-ray counterparts. So yeah, very excited that I have both of these in the original theatrical form along with their unrated version. So this is Rob Zombie's Halloween and Halloween 2. Moving over to a couple of Blu-rays that I found. First up here is an Asylum pick, and it was brand new, still sealed, which is always cool. This is 100 Ghost Street, The Return of Richard Speck. I'll be honest with you, this movie sucks, but it's the Asylum, so I wanted it in the collection. Now, they did a bunch of these found footage films, and I've talked about a number of them over the years here on the channel and through Cinefessions.com. There's a bunch of blog posts on them as well, but this is one that is just not worth your time, if I'm being completely honest. Now, it's been probably 10, 15 years since I've seen this one, but when I first watched it, I really didn't like it. So yeah, I'm happy to have it in the collection though. And again, brand new is always cool. And I spent like $4 on this, I think. So not a huge investment. And another one for my Asylum collection. We have 100 Ghost Street, The Return of Richard Speck. Last but not least is another eBay pickup, and this is actually a Region B release because it was notably cheaper than what was available for the Region A release. This is All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. I have no idea what I was watching when I remembered that this movie existed, but I watched this when I rented it from Family Video when I worked there, and it stars Amber Heard, who of course now doesn't have a very good reputation, but I think she's a good actress, and I've always enjoyed her over the years. So just on a professional level, I think she's awesome. Personally, I mean, frankly, what do I care? I don't know her anyway. But either way, this movie is a lot of fun. This is a revenge flick, and it's done in such a fun way. Highly recommend this if you haven't seen it. Now, again, Amber Heard is very controversial, so you might not want to watch it because of that, which is totally fair. But if you can get past that, I think it's definitely a movie worth watching. It says on the front here, The OC meets Friday the 13th, and that is absolutely the vibes that it's going for. It's just such a fun movie. And this, I believe, is actually a UK release. It says exclusive interview with Amber Heard. So I have no idea how old that interview is, but I'm guessing it's probably from around when this movie was actually made, which I don't remember the year. 2006. Wow. Wow, that is a long time ago. Maybe I didn't get it from Family Video then. I watched this somehow and I rented it. Maybe I rented it from Blockbuster. I don't know. But I didn't have it in my collection, so I wanted it there, and I wanted it on Blu-ray, and this was the cheapest way to do that. So I don't believe this is a region-free release. It actually has the B logo on the back there, but I have multiple region-free players, so that's not a problem for me. But yeah, happy to have this one in the collection. I really enjoy this movie, and I'm excited to revisit it. This is All the Boys Love Mandy Lane, and if you haven't seen it, try checking it out. Even if it's streaming, check it out that way. I think it's definitely worth your time. All right, so there we go. Another stack of horror and thriller movies for the collection, which is some of my favorite things to add to the collection. But these are just such a random one because I got these from various places, but they all fit into this genre, so I thought it would make for an interesting video. But let me know down in the comments below which of these you have seen, any that you recommend. Do you guys like All the Boys Love Mandy Lane? I feel like nobody talks about this movie now, which, given the fact that it came out 11 years ago, maybe that's, or not 11, oh my gosh, 21 years. Holy crap, I am old. Is this really from 2006? I have to look that up. That seems like forever ago to me. 2 years after I graduated high school. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm on a tangent now, but let me know what you think about these pickups and anything else down in the comments below. I really appreciate all that support down there. But that's going to do it for today, guys. So before I let you go, I'll just encourage you all to consume some media today. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you all next time.